My girlfriend said, sarcastically, that she was no longer attracted to me and that she needed a man with a strong personality. I calmly replied that I understood, and then quietly accepted the promotion she wanted her new boyfriend to get. A few days later, when I was sitting in the corner office in my new position, she suddenly appeared. The moment she saw me there, her face went completely pale. I'm Ethan, 32 years old. I've been a senior procurement specialist at Harrington Industries for the past 6 years. Not glamorous, I know. People hear procurement, and their eyes glaze over. But here's the thing. I'm the guy who negotiates million-dollar contracts with suppliers. I'm the one who saved the company $4.3 million last quarter by renegotiating our steel imports. I don't make noise. I don't show off. I just get things done. And maybe that was the problem. 3 years ago, I met Lauren at a company mixer. She worked in marketing, bright, ambitious, the kind of woman who could walk into a room and own it within minutes. We clicked immediately. She liked that I was stable, reliable. She told me once, early on, that she was tired of dating overgrown frat boys who couldn't balance a checkbook. I thought that meant she valued what I brought to the table. Turns out, stable gets boring. It was a Tuesday evening, October 17th, when everything fell apart. We were at her apartment in downtown Seattle, one of those modern places with floor-to-ceiling windows overlooking the Space Needle. I'd brought Thai takeout, her favorite, the green curry from that place on Pine Street. She barely touched it. We need to talk, she said. Those 4 words. I set down my fork. Okay, I said. What's up? She looked at me for a long moment, and I could see something in her eyes I'd never seen before. Not sadness. Not even guilt. Just distance. I'm not attracted to you anymore, Ethan. I blinked. What? I need someone with a stronger personality. Someone who takes charge. You're too passive. Too comfortable. The way she said it, so matter-of-fact, like she was ordering coffee, hit me harder than any screaming match would have. Lauren, where is this coming from? She sighed, like I was being difficult. I've been seeing someone else. His name is Tyler. He works in business development. He's different, confident, driven. Tyler Chun. I knew exactly who he was. Young guy, maybe 28, always wore designer suits that probably cost more than my car payment. The kind of person who laughed too loud at his own jokes in meetings. How long? I asked. 2 months. 2 months. I thought about the last 2 months. The nights, she said she was working late. The weekends she went to visit her sister in Portland. The dinner where she spent the entire time on her phone, claiming it was work emergencies. So this is it. You're breaking up with me for Tyler? Yes, she said simply. I'm sorry, Ethan. I really am. But I need more than what you can give me. I sat there, looking at the woman I'd planned a future with. We'd talked about buying a house together. About getting a dog. About eventually getting married. And she'd been cheating on me for 2 months. Here's the thing about me. I don't explode. I don't throw things or yell. My dad used to say I had ice in my veins. So I just nodded. I understand, I said quietly. I hope it works out for you. She looked almost surprised. Maybe she expected me to beg. Maybe she wanted drama. That's it, she asked. What else is there to say? You've made your choice. I respect that. I stood up, grabbed my jacket, and walked to the door. My hand was on the handle when she spoke again. Ethan, I turned. Tyler's up for a big promotion. Director of Strategic Procurement. Once he gets it, everything's going to change for us. He'll be making real money. We'll have a real future. I nodded slowly. Good for him. I left that night and didn't look back. Update 1. The next morning, I got a call from Ellen Vasquez, our VP of Operations. Ellen was one of those rare executives who actually gave a damn about the people under her. She'd been with the company for 15 years and had a reputation for spotting talent. Ethan, you got a minute? She asked. Sure. Can you come up to my office? Now, if possible. When I got there, she gestured to a chair. Her office was neat, organized, with family photos on the credenza and a whiteboard covered in strategic planning notes. I'm going to cut to the chase, she said. We're creating a new position, Director of Strategic Procurement. It's essentially overseeing all major vendor relationships and contract negotiations for the entire West Coast division. Corner office, $180,000 base plus performance bonuses that could push you past $220,000, direct report to me, and a seat in executive planning meetings. I sat there processing. The roles between you and Tyler Chun, she continued. Tyler's been pushing hard for it. He's got friends in high places, if you know what I mean. His uncle plays golf with 2 board members. But between you and me, Ethan, your numbers speak for themselves. You've earned this 10 times over. Tyler, of course. The promotion Lauren had mentioned. There's a catch, Ellen said, leaning forward. The board wants a decision by Friday. Tyler's already preparing his pitch. I heard he's got a whole presentation with graphics and everything. If you want this, you need to make your case. I can't just hand it to you, even though I'd like to. You need to show the board why you're the right choice. I thought about Lauren, about how she'd told me Tyler was going places, how she'd mentioned, weeks ago, that he was up for a huge promotion and that it would change everything. This was that promotion. I'm interested, I said. Good. Get me a proposal by Thursday. Show me why you're the right choice. And Ethan, don't hold back. This is your moment to show them what you're capable of. I spent the next 2 days working on that proposal. I came in early, stayed late, worked through lunch. Not just numbers, though I had plenty of those. I outlined a complete restructuring of our supply chain, identified $12 million in potential savings over the next 18 months, and presented a 5-year strategic plan that would position us ahead of our 3 biggest competitors. I included case studies from my previous negotiations, testimonials from vendors about working with me, and a detailed analysis of current inefficiencies in our procurement process. Wednesday night, I was still in the office at 11 p.m. when the cleaning crew came through. You okay, Mr. Park? Maria, one of the cleaners, asked. Just finishing up something important, I said. Must be very important, she said with a smile. Good luck with it. Thursday afternoon, I walked into Ellen's office and handed her a 40-page document, bound and professional. She flipped through it, eyebrows raising with each page. Ethan, this is exceptional. This is beyond what I expected. Thank you. No, I mean it. This is executive-level thinking. You've thought of things our current leadership hasn't even considered. She looked up at me. I'll present it to the board tomorrow morning. Tyler's presenting at 9 a.m. You're at 10:30. Friday came and went. I didn't hear anything. I went home, made dinner, tried to watch a movie but couldn't focus. Saturday morning, I was on my second cup of coffee when Ellen called at 8:47 a.m. Congratulations, Director Park. The board was unanimous. They said Tyler's presentation was fine, but yours was transformative. You start Monday. I sat down on my couch, phone still to my ear. Thank you, Ellen. Thank you, Ethan. You've earned this. See you Monday. I started Monday, October 30th. The corner office was on the 12th floor, with windows on 2 sides overlooking downtown Seattle. I had an assistant now, Patricia, a woman in her 50s who was efficient, no nonsense, and knew everyone in the building. The nameplate on my desk read, Ethan Park, Director of Strategic Procurement. I spent the morning in meetings, getting briefed by Ellen, meeting my new team, 7 people who would now report to me. Then I spent the afternoon arranging my office, setting up my computer systems, familiarizing myself with my new responsibilities. At 3:47 p.m., Patricia knocked. Someone here to see you? A Lauren Mitchell? She says it's personal. My hand froze on a folder. Send her in. Lauren walked in wearing a navy dress and heels, carrying her usual designer bag. She stopped 3 feet into the office, staring at the nameplate on my desk, then at me sitting behind it, then back at the nameplate. All color drained from her face. Ethan, Lauren. I kept my voice neutral, professional. What can I do for you? You got the promotion? I did. She opened her mouth, closed it, opened it again. But Tyler said, he told me it was basically his, that it was just a formality, that his presentation was amazing and the board loved him. I leaned back in my chair. Apparently not. When did this happen? The board decided Friday morning. I started today. Her hands trembled slightly. She set her bag down on the chair. Does Tyler know? I assume Ellen told him Friday afternoon. She looked like she might be sick. This was his shot, Ethan. He's been planning for this for months. He told me once he got this position, we could move in together, that he'd finally be making real money, that we could take that trip to Europe he promised. And there it was. The real reason she'd left me. I see, I said quietly. She looked at me, and I saw something like panic in her eyes. Ethan, listen, I think maybe we were hasty. I was confused. I didn't know what I wanted. But seeing you here, seeing how you've stepped up. Stop. The word came out harder than I intended. She flinched. Lauren, You were very clear 2 weeks ago. You need someone with a stronger personality. Someone driven. Someone confident. Someone who takes charge. I respect that. I hope you and Tyler are very happy together. But Ethan, I have a meeting in 10 minutes. Patricia can show you out. She stood there another moment, tears forming in her eyes. You've changed. No, I said. I just stopped being someone I wasn't. Patricia, my assistant appeared in the doorway. Lauren grabbed her bag and left without another word. Update 2. That afternoon, at 4:32 p.m., Tyler came to my office. No knock. Just walked right in, face red, jaw clenched. We need to talk, he said. Close the door. He did, then turned to face me. You stole my promotion. I kept my voice level. I earned a position I was qualified for, just like you had the opportunity to do. His face reddened further. Bullshit. You knew I was up for this. You knew what it meant for me and Lauren. You did this to get back at me. Actually, I didn't know what it meant for you and Lauren until about 2 hours ago, when Lauren herself told me you were counting on this promotion to afford moving in together and taking her to Europe. That stopped him. His expression shifted. She told you that. She did. Right before she suggested that maybe we'd been hasty about breaking up. That maybe seeing me here made her realize she'd made a mistake. Tyler's face went from red to pale. What are you saying? I stood up, walked to the window, looked out at the city. I'm saying that your girlfriend showed up at my office today, saw that I got the position you wanted, and immediately started backpedaling on our breakup. She literally cried and told me I'd changed and that we'd been hasty. Draw your own conclusions. You're lying. I turned to face him. Am I? Call her. Ask her where she was at 3:47 this afternoon. Ask her what she said to me. He stared at me for a long moment, breathing hard. Then he pulled out his phone and walked out of my office. I heard him in the hallway. Lauren, where are you? Did you go see Ethan today? The door closed. I couldn't hear the rest. Patricia appeared in the doorway, looking concerned. Everything okay? Fine. Just a difficult conversation. That was Tyler Chun, wasn't he? The one who was up for your position. It was. She nodded knowingly. Office gossip says he's been telling everyone he got cheated. That his uncle's friends on the board were promised he'd get it. People will say what they want to say. Well, for what it's worth, I worked with the last director for 8 years. You're already better than he ever was. And that's after one day. The rest of the day was productive. I had meetings with 3 major vendors, renegotiated terms on a contract that would save us another $200,000 annually, and started building relationships with the executive team. I left at 7:15 p.m., exhausted but satisfied. At 8:47 p.m., my personal phone buzzed. Lauren, Tyler broke up with me. Lauren, he said I'm a gold digger. Lauren, he called me things I won't repeat here. Lauren, he says I used him. Lauren, this is your fault, Ethan. Lauren, you ruined everything. Lauren, I hope you're happy. I stared at those messages for a full minute, sitting in my new house. A rental, but still, a place that was mine. Then I typed one response. Me. I didn't ruin anything. You made your choices. So did Tyler. So did I. Good luck, Lauren. Then I blocked her number. Update 3. November rolled around quietly. I settled into the new role like I'd been there for years. The team respected me because I didn't micromanage. I trusted them to do their jobs and supported them when they needed it. I had weekly one-on-ones with each team member, learned their strengths, helped them with their weaknesses. The results spoke for themselves. By mid-November, we'd exceeded our quarterly targets by 23%. Ellen called me into her office on November 14th. The board is impressed, she said. Very impressed. They're talking about fast-tracking you for VP consideration next year. That's incredible. You've earned it. Keep doing what you're doing. Then, on November 16th, Patricia told me there was someone from HR waiting in the conference room. My stomach dropped. It was Brenda Walsh, head of HR, and she looked uncomfortable. Ethan, I need to talk to you about a complaint. Okay. Lauren Mitchell filed a formal complaint alleging that you used your position to interfere with Tyler Chin's career opportunities, that you created a hostile work environment, and that you're abusing your authority to settle personal scores. I sat back, keeping my face neutral even though anger was building in my chest. That's quite an accusation. We have to take these things seriously. Can you tell me your side? I spent 20 minutes walking her through everything. The breakup on October 17th. The timeline of the promotion, Ellen approaching me on October 18th, before I even knew Lauren was with Tyler. Lauren showing up at my office uninvited on October 30th. Tyler's confrontation the same day. I left nothing out. I showed her the text messages from Lauren before I'd blocked her. Brenda took notes carefully. And you have no current contact with Lauren? I blocked her number on October 30th. The only time I saw her was when she came to my office uninvited. I haven't sought her out, haven't contacted her, haven't done anything to interfere with her work. And Tyler? He reports to marketing. I have zero influence over his department or his career. We don't even work on the same floor. Our jobs don't intersect at all. I've had no contact with him since October 30th. Brenda nodded slowly. Okay, we'll investigate fully, but between you and me, Ethan? This sounds personal, not professional. But I have to do my due diligence. I'll need to interview others, review the promotion timeline, look at all the documentation. But I wanted to hear your side first. I appreciate that, Brenda. The next 2 days were tense. I kept working, kept my head down, but I'd be lying if I said I wasn't worried. A complaint like this, even if unfounded, could damage my reputation. On November 18th, Brenda came back to my office. The complaint has been dismissed, she said. We interviewed Tyler, Ellen, the 3 board members involved in the promotion decision, and reviewed all the documentation. There's no evidence of any misconduct. In fact, Ellen showed us both proposals, yours and Tyler's. Yours was substantially more comprehensive, more detailed, and frankly, more professional. Relief washed over me. Thank you. There's more, Brenda continued. Tyler admitted in his interview that he'd told Lauren the promotion was basically his before the board had decided anything. He also admitted that Lauren came to see you after finding out you got the position. And Lauren, well, Lauren's story changed 3 times during her interview. First she said you'd harassed her, then she said you'd interfered with Tyler's career, then she admitted she'd gone to see you but claimed it was just to clear the air. What happens now? She's been advised that filing false complaints can result in termination. She works in marketing, so technically Tyler's in her department. That's actually become an issue now. Their personal relationship and its fallout is creating drama in that division. Her manager is not happy. I nodded. Thank you for handling this professionally. Of course. And Ethan? Off the record? Don't let this distract you. You're doing excellent work. The board notices. Ellen notices. Keep your focus where it belongs, on your job. Final update. It's been 4 months now. February 14th, actually, Valentine's Day, which feels almost poetic. Tyler left Harrington Industries in December. According to office gossip, he took a position at a competitor for about $15,000 less than what he was making here, but wanted a fresh start. His uncle apparently wasn't happy about how things went down. Can't say I blame Tyler for leaving. Staying would have been awkward for everyone. Lauren transferred to our Portland office in January. She requested it, according to Brenda, saying she needed a change of scenery. We've had 0 contact since I blocked her number in October. According to office gossip, and yes, I'm human, I listen sometimes, she's dating someone in Portland's finance department. I genuinely hope she found what she was looking for. I don't wish her ill. As for me, I'm doing better than I ever imagined. Ellen promoted me again last month, VP of Strategic Operations. I'm now overseeing procurement, logistics, and supply chain across all North American divisions. I report directly to the COO. My salary nearly doubled from where I started. I bought a house in Bellevue with a view of Lake Washington, not a rental, a real house with a yard and a 2-car garage. But more than the money, more than the title, I'm respected. People come to me for advice. My team trusts me. The executive board actually listens when I speak. I'm invited to strategy sessions, to planning meetings, to discussions about the company's future. And here's the ironic part, the part that keeps me up some nights, not with regret, but with a strange kind of wonder. Lauren was right about one thing. I didn't need to step up. I was comfortable. Maybe too comfortable. I was playing it safe, not pushing myself, not taking risks. But here's what she got wrong. Strength isn't loud. Confidence isn't about bravado or designer suits or laughing loudly at your own jokes. Taking charge doesn't mean making noise or demanding attention. Sometimes the strongest thing you can do is stay calm when everything falls apart. Sometimes confidence is knowing your worth without needing to announce it. Sometimes taking charge means simply doing the work, letting your results speak for themselves, and walking away from people who can't see your value until it's too late. Last week, I ran into Ellen in the parking garage. She was getting into her car, and I was walking to mine. "Ethan," she called out. "You got a second?" "Of course." "You know what I respect most about you?" she said, leaning against her car. "What's that?" "When everything went down with Lauren and Tyler, you could have made it a spectacle. You could have been vindictive, could have spread rumors, could have made their lives hell. But you just kept working. You focused on what mattered. That's real leadership. That's why the board wants you at VP. That's why I recommended you." I thanked her and drove home, and I realized something as I pulled into my driveway. I don't feel bitter anymore. I don't feel angry. I don't even feel vindicated. I just feel free. Lauren needed someone with a strong personality. Turns out, I had one all along. I just needed the right circumstances to show it. I needed someone to stop seeing me as comfortable and safe and start seeing me as capable and driven. And she needed to lose me to see it. The difference is, by the time she saw it, I'd already moved on. Edit 1. A few people have asked if I've dated since. The answer is yes. I met someone in January, Qley, a data analyst from a consulting firm we work with. We met during a project collaboration. She likes that I'm quietly confident. Her words, not mine. We're taking it slow, which feels right. She knows about Lauren. I told her on our third date. She said, "Her loss, my gain." I like that. Edit 2. For those wondering, the promotion wasn't about revenge. I genuinely wanted the position and had been working towards something like it for years. The timing was just coincidental. Though I'd be lying if I said there wasn't some satisfaction in how it played out. I'm human. Edit 3. No, I don't regret anything. Not the relationship with Lauren, it taught me things about myself. Not how it ended, it forced me to step up. Not staying professional through it all, it showed me who I really am. Everything that happened led me here, and here is pretty damn good. Better than I could have imagined a year ago.